Peace and y'all bless. This is Dawid ben Israel coming to you from the wilderness of the Red Sea. And I just want to take this time, first and foremost, to give all praises to the Most High Yah, the Holy One of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be his holy name. And may all the children of Israel be blessed. And like I spoke before a few weeks ago, that January the 1st, on the heathen calendar, which is the beginning of their new year, I mentioned that I was going to be reading a letter to the United States of America, and I was going to be doing it live. And so this is that time. So I'm going to take this time to read this letter out. And this is once again a command to the United States of America to lift off the economic oppression and the financial captivity off the poor of Yah's people, because they're holding us hostage by suppressing us with this oppressive economic system. And all we want is just to leave. We want our people out of there. It's time that Yah is raising up his servants to direct the people out of the daughter of Babylon, United States of America. So this is the opportunity for us to, lift up the name of the Most High Yah. And just like the days of old, during the days of Moses, we protesting and, we crying out to Yah first and foremost, and we protesting against all oppressors to let us go so we may serve Yah in the wilderness of the people, like it talks about in Exodus chapter 20, verses 33 through 38. This is the Zion movement. This is the Most High raising up Zion. And, he's directing our way out. And all this will be done of him. So, I will be reading this letter off, and I will also be in the description. I got to go back and edit the description, but I will go in the description and I will give you all the contact information where you can contact me. Also, if another brother and another sister will be doing a live video today. Azaja ben Yisrael, Yahushua ben Israel will be doing a live in Washington, D.C. today. And another sister by the name of Leah Yahuda ben Israel, she will be doing a live video in front of the courthouse in Cincinnati. So, this is just the first of many letters that will go out. This is the one that will go out to the United States of America, all government officials. It will be going to all the state governors, state legislatures, Congress, the House of Representatives, the president, your mayor, whatever. All United States government officials, all right? And we putting them on notice that the Most High has risen up, and they either going to submit to the Most High, submit to the will of the Most High, and release this financial captivity off our people so they can go, or they simply going to be destroyed. And the Most High is going to continue to afflict them until they let us go, all right? So he's going to bring them to their knees. So, like I said, this first one is going out to the United States of America. Then it will be another revised copy of this letter that will be edited, but it will go to the nations of the earth, also the United Nations. We'll send one to the European Union, African Union, all over. All right. So this is we're not playing no games. And like I said, they're using this financial captivity to take advantage and take this time to suppress and afflict the children of Israel in the United States of America. So with that, I'm going to start. I'm going to read this letter off. And like I said, I will edit the description and I will post all contact information, my email. If you want one, I will send you one. But if I send you one, you have to do some work with it. I'm not just sending it out just for show. If you want one, we ask that you send it to your state governor. All right, or if you don't want to send it to the state governor, which we recommend you do, you can do a live and you can read it out, to the people. So once this live is over, share it and look forward to Brother Azaja Yahushua ben Israel. He will be doing a live today in D.C. and listen out for Leah Yahuda Israel. She will be doing a live in Cincinnati in front of the courthouse later on this evening. So with that, I'm about to pull up this letter, and here we go. So the top of the letter reads, first and foremost, Yah, the Holy One of Israel, because this is all for his holy name's sake. This is to uplift and magnify him in the sight of the world. All right. But it starts here with the daughter of Babylon, because, that's where the inhabitants of Jerusalem is held captive. All right. And of course, we scattered out through the four corners of the earth, but Jerusalem is in the United States of America, the daughter of Babylon. And this, is our time to rise up. So I'm going to start. It reads, to the president, state governors, Congress, House of Representatives, and all United States government officials. That's who this letter is to. And it starts, we, the representatives of the nation of Yisrael, would like to take this time to inform all United States government officials that Yah, the King of Yisrael, the Holy One of our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has come to redeem his chosen people, to save his people from oppression and deliver us from the land of our captivity, to restore righteousness in the kingdom of Yah on this earth forever. All right. The children of Yisrael, so-called African-American Negroes, descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, were brought to the United States of America to serve as slaves for our disobedience towards our Creator. After centuries of servitude and severe oppression, Yah, the Holy One of Israel, has awakened his people, so-called Negroes, to our true identity and heritage. Yah has raised up his servants to direct our journey back to the land of Israel by the way of the wilderness. In quotation marks, references Ezekiel chapter 20, verses 33 through 38. Our mission is to establish order under the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yah, the King. Furthermore, to bring peace, righteousness, and stability in the earth, as well as build Yah's third holy temple in Jerusalem upon the glorious holy mountain. Yah's word has gone forth and will be established. And in doing so, all the nations of the earth will serve Yah, the King, in peace and on one accord. As prophesied through Isaiah the prophet in reference to Isaiah chapter 49, verses 22 through 23, as well as Isaiah chapter 60, verses 14 through 16, Yah has spoken that the nations shall submit to him, and through the nations he will provide the necessary things needed to bring forth the children of Israel, quotation mark, Negroes, out of the lands where we were taken captive. In the past, Yah has raised up leaders from ancient kingdoms to support the return of the true descendants of Yisrael back to our native land. In the 6th century BCE, Yah commanded Cyrus, the king of Persia, to supply the children of Israel in our return to Jerusalem after our 70-year captivity in ancient Babylon. Okay. In reference, you can also reference that in Ezra chapter 1, verses 1 through 11. Also, in the days of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, 5th century BCE, Yah worked through him to support Ezra, Nehemiah, and those with them in their return to Jerusalem. These kings provided Yah's people with gold, silver, and provision in their departure to do the will of Yah. In reference, Ezekiel chapter 7, verses 12 through 23. The United States of America will be required to support Yah's people by lifting the financial captivity and economic oppression off the children of Israel, to fund those of Israel who have been called to leave America and serve Yah in the wilderness of the Red Sea, quotation marks, Sinai Peninsula, Egypt, or any destination in the continent of Africa where Yah leads them. Okay. Passports shall be given to those in need, and restrictions due to past felonies, child support, or credit debt must be pardoned. Prior to their departure from America, traveling expenses such as plane tickets, visas, housing, and other living expenses must be funded to help each family establish themselves in their destination. All the children of Israel, so-called African Americans who are legal citizens, qualify and will be eligible for this command. Under no circumstances will the children of Israel who depart from the United States of America be required to take COVID-19 vaccines, testings, or any vaccinations of any kind. Our culture is not subject to clinical vaccinations or any pharmaceutical drugs because we do not depend on the medical industrial complex. We are becoming a holy people unto Yah, and this requirement is forbidden in our lifestyle. We require the United States government to work out an agreement with countries in the continent of Africa so that the Shemitic Hebrew Israelites, so-called African Americans, be exempt from this matter. Closing out. May this commandment from the servants of Yah be a high priority to whom this may concern. This commandment to release Yah's people must be executed to the fullest extent. If not, Yah's judgment shall be heavy upon whom this may concern, and the affliction of many generations shall come upon you. All right, so we're not playing, we're not asking. This is the word that's coming to you straight from the servants of the Most High. The Spirit is in us to raise up, and we will put forth this message continually. And if they don't take heed, and we're not expecting them to respond to this right away, because we're dealing with modern day Pharaoh. You get what I'm saying? The Illuminati Edomite who controls the United States of America, who really calling the shots, the House of Rothschild and all these international bankers, okay, who support and control the United States of America. This is for you. But we know that y'all not going to humble yourselves. We know that y'all going to debate with it. Y'all going to, be prideful and do whatever you got to do to not acknowledge this. But let me tell you what, if you don't acknowledge this, the Most High judgment will be heavy upon whom this may concern, and he will afflict you until he bring you to your knees. All right, so let our people go. Okay, we don't want anything from you. Okay, you can keep all that nonsense. Just give us what we need to get out. Okay, and to get started where we, in our destination where the Most High leads us. After that, we don't need you no more. Okay, so we know by reading this letter that probably 99.9% of Yisrael ain't gonna leave. All right, but like I said, a remnant of us are, okay? And not saying that they're not going to leave in the future, because like the Most High says in Isaiah chapter 11 and at the back end of Isaiah chapter 66, there will be a second and last gathering. But this here is the Jerusalem movement, Zion. We're going back to establish our land, and as we're moving closer to our land, the Most High is going to run the descendants of Esau out, okay, who are inhabiting our land today, who have defiled our land. You can go and reference Ezekiel chapter 35, where it talks about Edom has taken our land into their possession, okay? And also you can go and read Ezekiel chapter 36, where it mentions all of Idumea, the residue of the heathen, who have appointed Yah's land into their possession, okay? So he's going to run them out as we get closer to the land, all right? And like I said, our mission is to establish the Most High, the creator of all existence, and to build his third and last temple on top of Mount Moriah on the glorious holy mountain. So, like I said before, if you want to, to magnify the name of the Most High and push this, you can email me, okay? I will, like I said, after this video is over, I will go back in the description box, and I will put all contact information in there. So, like I said before on my live video a few weeks back, if you don't have the zeal for the Most High to support this, okay, to support this move, it's fine with me. Just don't waste our time. Okay, but I will recommend this. I will suggest this. In our community, the Hebrew Israelite community, we got a bad habit of, if we don't agree with something, we don't support it. My thing is, even if you don't support, even if you think that, okay, we're not supposed to leave America for whatever reason, even though it's all throughout the scripture, if you feel in your heart that you're not supposed to leave and you don't agree with this, that's fine. But support the ones who do, and don't discourage the ones who do. All right, don't discourage them, okay? Because this is from Yah, okay? I've listened to many different testimonies. There's people already out here. You get what I'm saying? But the poor of our people and the ones who came out here was able to afford it. But it's many of us who can't afford it, okay? Who, they can't afford passports. They can't afford, the plane tickets, and this wicked government is holding, passport restrictions over their head, like child support, credit debt, the things that I mentioned in the letter. And they need to uplift that, okay? And let us go serve our Creator out here in the wilderness of the Red Sea, that we may walk face to face with Him, and, that we may prepare ourselves to establish the kingdom of the Most High on this earth forever. So I give all praises to the Most High Yah. Like I said, once again, if you want to support this, you can contact me. You can contact Azaja. Yahushua ben Yisrael. You can contact Sister Leah, Yahuda Yisrael. So I just want to give all praises to the Most High Yah, the Holy One of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And may the Most High be with us, and may He show us favor. All right, this is time. Okay, like I said, this is the beginning of the heathen new year. We all see what 2020 brought us, and the affliction is just going to increase. And this is why the Most High says this, what He says in Isaiah and Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. All right, flee out of the midst of Babylon. Come out of the daughter of Babylon. Do not be caught up in her iniquities. All right, because this is the time, and this is the key thing. This is the time for Yah's recompense, payback for everything that they did in Isaiah chapter 47. When you go and read that chapter, for the affliction of His people, they showed us no mercy. They overdid it. You get what I'm saying? They overdid it. You get what I mean? So don't be caught up in that. So if you're not seeing this right now, I pray that you see it later on, but this is what needs to be done. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Okay, when you go to Isaiah chapter 13, it says that everyone will gather to their own people and flee to their own land when it talked about the daughter of Babylon. So, like I said, if you don't agree with that, that's between you and the Most High, but just don't discourage the ones who do. Because I've talked to people personally, and they say this, the Most High is calling them out. So those who feel that, it's not your time, it may not be your time. But like I said, support those whose time it is. Okay, and we pray in the future it'll be your time to come out. So all praises to the Most High Yah, and may Yah be with you all. Peace, and Yah bless. And definitely to be continued. Like I said, once again, this is just the first of many lives and many letters that we're going to be sending out. I mean, just think about how many times Moses had to go back to Pharaoh. Okay, and I'm counting on we're going to have to go probably double, because we're dealing with a real evil satanic oppressor who don't want to submit to the will of the Most High. Okay, their job is, in their mind, they want to try to wipe out as many of us as they can, because they know that they're falling. They know that their kingdom is falling. All right, it's over. All right, it's over. And the Most High's affliction is just going to increase. And if you ain't listening and paying attention to the word of the Most High, then you're going to be caught up in that. Okay, that's why He tells us to flee out of the daughter of Babylon. Don't get caught up in her iniquity, for it's the time of Yah's payback. All right, so once again, all praises to the Most High Yah. Peace, and Yah bless. And may Yah be with you. Shalom.